Stormwood and Associates is a production of the Nerd and Tie Podcast Network. For more podcasts from actual play to true crime to witchcraft, go to nerdandtie.com or join our community on Discord by finding an invite at nerdandtie.com/discord. Over 100 years ago, the dark wizard Hollowell prophesied his return, but Sheriff Aesop Stormwood swore his descendants would stop him. He created Stormwood and Associates with the sole purpose of defeating Hollowell in the future. It failed. Now the young Raz Stormwood and her friends have been framed for a crime they didn't commit, and they've escaped to the Morris Halata Underground. Today, still wanted by the government, they survive operating on the edge of society. If you have a problem, they can solve it. But don't get in their way, or else you might get caught in the eye of the storm. Stormwood and Associates stars Gen Proc as Raz Stormwood, Nick Izumi as Bill Carpathia, Kyle Johnson as Tristan Babbitt, and Trey Dorn as NK and Kel O'Reilly. Previously on Stormwood and Associates. So the Stormwood team, along with the sexy car thieves, are currently trying to rob a semi that's driving up the Pacific Coast Highway in Calisorda. The semi is full of magical batteries that are going to San Ricardo because Hollowell is trying to construct a replacement Stone of Rebirth because he knows the Stormwood team has his actual one. And right now, in 4 vehicles, they've surrounded the semi, and there's a lead SUV and a rear SUV that are guarding the semi. They've surrounded it on the highway. They're moving down the road fast. Bill and Raz have managed to infiltrate the back of the trailer of the semi, and Royce is back there along with a bunch of guys in tactical gear. And Raz is about to notice something very important about the guys in tactical gear. Oh dear. Raz, you noticed something very important about the tactical gear all of these guys are wearing, and that is the logo on every single one of their vests.
Oh, no.
It says Stormwood and Associates Security. Because guess who has all the legal ownership of your dad's company?
Yup. Oh. I cannot describe how much this pisses her off. I cannot describe.
I've been waiting to reveal that.
That is such good storytelling, and I hate it. Thanks, I hate it. Oh, crap.
There was a dramatic camera zoom on, one of the badges.
Faux shaky cam.
Dramatic. It's more like it's like that 70s zoom in, and then we cut back to a close up of Raz's eyes as we see the anger.
Yes, and there's the light, and it's just oh my god.
The vein is starting to pop out.
Yes. Oh.
Beautiful.
Yep. And there's nothing else actually in this trailer.
So the batteries are strapped down with a bunch of straps. They're pretty big, they're on a couple of pallets.
Yep.
And they're strapped down behind them. But literally, the rest of it is just there's some straps that the military guys, that the tactical gear guys are just holding on to the wall, and there's just them.
Trying to think of a sweet move I could do against Royce. That's not what I've done before, but there's not many options for me because it's a box.
This is meant to be hard. This is meant to be a difficult combat. Well, I mean, you can also choose to target the soldiers. Because some of them could get good rolls. And they all go at once after you. Like, literally, what's going to happen next is all six of those soldiers are going to go.
Honestly.
Well, I could sweep move a gun volley. Because it seems like they're all fodder.
Yeah, the six... And they are all wearing your family's name.
Yeah, as soon as I see that, I unleash a pistol volley. What is it called? When you do the fast. Oh, that's with a revolver. Crap.
Well, you didn't tell me what kind of... Because you do have a revolver and you do have a regular gun. I don't know what you brought.
Probably both.
Yeah, because we've established that Raz has a revolver. We did that in a previous episode.
Now that she's cowboy archetype.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just forget what the thing is called. It's like an actual sport of like fast shooting with the revolver.
What were like?
But I forgot the word.
Where you're feathering, like where you're hitting the hammer. And
yeah.
Using
the other hand to hit the hammer, and
I think we can all live with all knowing what you're describing.
Yes, I just cannot remember the word, and I'm too lazy to look it up right now.
All right, so you're gonna shoot at the all. You're gonna do a sweep move where you shoot because there are 6 of them. It's a revolver.
Yeah, I'm gonna fan my shot to all of them.
Yep. All right. I need you to roll. I vote that works. Does everybody else vote that works?
I vote that works.
Babbitt?
Yeah.
All right. It's very satisfying dramatically, so I like it. So I need you to give me your range plus level plus 1d10.
$15.
15. You take out... You take out all but one of them. I'm going to say you've shot all 6 shots, but one of them manages to just, like, get it in the arm. But, so 5 of them drop. The last one doesn't, and, like, you shoot them all, like, right in the logo. Like, take your family's name off of their chest. Bang, 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 bang. And it's just like, they drop one guy, like I'm going to say a Bible falls out of his pocket that was like behind it. And he's standing there. And he's going to take a shot at you because he is scared shitless. Does a 9 hit you? What's your swiftness plus level again?
8. So it does.
So it does. He's going to hit you, and what's your fitness plus level?
11.
And you just, like... He shoots you in the other shoulder, and you just sort of, like... He shoots you in the shoulder, and you're just standing there fine.
I just, like, raise one eyebrow at him.
Yeah, he poops himself. Like, you can't see, but you can tell. All right, that's going to take us to Royce, who is going to finish activating his rune. And what I'm going to need from Bill and from Raz is I'm going to need you to roll me 1d10.
Eight.
5.
Bill, you fall asleep. Raz, you're awake and you're fine. Bill drops to the ground unconscious. That's going to bring us to Walker.
Sleepy.
Walker is... Yeah, it's just... I'm just going to do a quick roll to the duel between Walker and this other guy driving this SUV. Neither of them hit each other. They both literally rolled ones. That guy's just freaking out. Juan is gonna... Well, Juan's just gonna hold steady because Babbitt's driving that other SUV now. Bill, you're asleep. The fodder guy in this other SUV, he's gonna turn and he's gonna take a shot at NK because she's on top of the truck and I haven't been bugging her. Oh, did he hit? Can he hit? He cannot hit her. He cannot. Oh, hi, Mark. He literally can't hit her. I forgot that her dodge is like a... Her dodge is a 14. What a ridiculous character I've built. Our characters are all too powerful.
Yep.
All right. Babbitt, we're at you. You're behind the wheel of an SUV. In front of you is Michelle, and to the left of you is Juan. They're holding steady, and we are keeping this, semi from pulling off of the road effectively.
And behind me is the semi, right?
And behind you is the semi.
All right. Everybody brace yourselves. This might get messy. And I slam on the brakes.
All right, so I need to give you need to give me 1d10 plus your melee score plus level.
Okay. Let's see. That's a 9.
You hit.
Okay.
All right, so now I need to determine whether or not you did damage to the semi-truck. So roll me 1d10 if it's an odd number you did damage, if it's an even number you didn't.
Okay. 7.
So you did damage. All right. So, Raz, Bill, you don't know what's going on. You're unconscious. Raz, you feel a sudden lurch as and you're forced to step forward one as you feel something hit the semi, but you're still continuing forward down the road.
Okay.
Babbitt, and so Raz, you're up. Bill's asleep.
Yep.
Royce is in front of you. So the way sleep works, and when you what Royce did was activate the sleep ward. Non-fodder characters had to roll a d10. Now what happens is that if the character Bill, you could wake Bill up, but that would have to be your action for the turn. Like you could physically wake him up. Now, Bill will remain asleep for an hour, which is obviously, like a round is only 6 seconds, so he's going to be asleep throughout this whole combat. Or until he's physically attacked. So right now, Bill is probably safe from getting killed at this moment because he's at full health, but he's not currently a threat to Royce.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
All right. So that's... Bill is likely not in danger, but it does mean you're currently facing Royce alone.
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
I'm thinking of possibilities. Not possibilities. I wish I was thinking of possibilities.
Possibilities are good too, but not when I'm,
good
could die.
I love that in the woods. All
right. Trying to think of a sweet move I could pull on Royce, one of which would be trying to get behind him.
Okay. I mean, there's room to the left and room to the right of him, so it's not like... Do you want suggestions?
I was thinking about really what I should do is just shoot his kneecaps.
Is that really a sweep move, or would that just be an attack?
Okay, my end goal would be he's too far in the trailer, but I want to kick him out of the trailer.
Okay.
But that means I have to get him to the doors.
Well, it means it's probably not something you can do in one round, right?
That's true.
But you could use this turn to do some sort of attack that puts you on the other side of him.
So that I'm closer to the batteries than he is.
Yeah. You could try to do something like that.
Is he standing with his legs apart?
Yeah, he's kind of taking a wide stance. He's trying to be very dramatic. Also, probably because he's not holding on to anything and is standing in a moving semi and is trying to just keep steady.
Okay. So, you can tell me if this would be a sweet move. I would like to run baseball slide between his legs and shoot him in the balls.
Okay. I mean, yeah.
We don't like this man.
Oh no, I'm fine with that. It's No, I'm just trying to think about relative heights.
Oh, yes.
Right, because
Yeah, Babbitt did that once, but he's very tiny.
Yeah, Babbitt's 4 feet tall and small. You are 5'8" or something like that and burly.
Yeah.
So it's mostly his feet are apart, but they're not Stormwood width apart. I mean, just spitballing.
Mm-hmm.
You could do something ridiculous like run at him and wall run at do a slight wall run on the side of the semi-trailer and then do a jumping kind of kick flip, do some sort of leaping maneuver to try to grapple him and throw him to the ground, and he'd still be within the semi-trailer, but you could move him closer to the doors.
That's true. I was thinking of something similar where I just go up and either kick him in the back or just judo throw him towards the doors.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you want to do?
Let's run up and just I'm burly now, so I could probably just grab him and just try to fling him towards the door.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do that as a sweet move.
Heck yeah, let's do that.
All right, does everybody vote that works?
Yes.
Sleepy.
All right, so what is your bare hands plus level?
6.
All right, that's nice and dramatic. I can do math. All right. Yeah, so you run up and you kind of toss him, and he kind of skids on the ground, but he's much closer to the doors than he was before. You're closer to the battery, so yeah, he's between you and Bill right now.
Yep.
All right. And there are corpses. Oh, wait, there's still one guy left here, isn't there? Yes, there is.
Yep.
There's a very scared fodder guy who is going to then take a shot at you.
I should have thrown Royce into the fodder guy.
Well,
but
the
that's
problem
okay.
is that you can only hurt. You would have had to have chosen which one you hurt.
Yeah.
Because Royce is not a fodder character, so he's a different classification of character. And this guy rolled a 1, so there's literally no way that hits you.
Yeah.
Because
he's still scared.
Yeah. His
I'm terrifying. I threw his boss.
Yeah. All right, Royce is gonna get himself up to his feet, and he smirks, but it's less convincing, and then activates another rune on one of his arms. All right.
Every time he like tries to smirk at me, I flip him off. Just as
Yeah.
flavor text.
Yeah, that's good. I like that. All right, so Walker's having this duel with this other driver, and both are really bad and both miss. Like, I'm just sorry. Like, I've just started rolling their attacks at the same time, and they both like keep rolling like 1s and 2s. It's really, really like, yeah. And the truck driver is not going to do anything other than just try to drive and not die. Juan, so instead, Bill, you're asleep. And this guy in the rear SUV is going to try to take a shot at NK again. And why did I roll? He can't hit no matter what he does. His highest he can do is a 12, and her dodge is a 14. Why am... Okay, so Babbitt, we're at you.
Yeah, so what happened?
All right, so you hit the brakes, and
Yes.
You hit the front. You got rear-ended by the truck. And you did some damage to the truck, but right now you're effectively like, you're driving.
Pushed.
You're being pushed. Your rear
Yeah.
wheels are off the ground. You're in an all-wheel drive SUV, so like you can like probably like if you hit the accelerator, you could pull yourself forward because your front wheels are still in contact with the ground.
Right.
But yeah, you are like the back end of the SUV is like up in the air as you are like being pushed forward because vehicle combat in this game works where even if you do something stupid like hit the semi-truck, technically your vehicle doesn't take anything other than cosmetic damage unless the semi is attacking you. So you're fine. It's just your rear wheels are up in the air, but it's an all-wheel drive car, so like you have the ability to like to still do stuff. What are you doing?
Okay. I clamber over the corpse out the open window up onto the roof.
Okay.
Run up the wet, sloping roof of the SUV and jump onto the top of the cab.
All right. Are you doing that as a sweet move?
Yes.
All right. Everyone vote that it works.
It works.
I love it.
All right.
So good.
I love
That
this.
car is taken care of.
All right. Turk's gonna hold steady. Raz, what are you doing? You've got. So okay, you're standing in front of you. Royce is standing. He's activated another rune that's gonna activate on his next turn. And there is a fodder guy in here too. And the fodder guy's been really bad at trying to hurt you, so I don't know how much you're
I really
worried
don't care about him.
And you
I'm
did destroy
actually-
the Stormwood logo on his shirt.
Yeah.
He loves Jesus. Should we kill him? I don't know. Get in the comments. Tell us,
yeah.
listeners. We'll have already completed this session by the time you hear this. But tell us whether or not we're doing the right thing. Get on the Discord.
So I am tempted to just shoot Bill to wake him up.
You don't have to do that to wake him up. You can just like throw a rock. You don't have to do damage to him.
Oh, okay.
You can just wake him up. It takes an action.
Oh.
What about the jostling of the truck?
That doesn't do anything. He's a sound sleeper. It has to be direct interaction with another character to wake him up.
Oh. Do I have to like go and touch him though, or
You would have
can I
to
just
hit
yell at him?
You'd have to hit him with something. Like
Okay.
it doesn't have to be an attack, but like you'd have to like like chuck a coin at him or so, like a rock or like pennies. Throw a handful of pennies at him, like anything. He needs something to hit him, and it would have.
Okay. I grab into my inside coat pocket, and I whip a package of gushers at him.
Yes, that's appropriate. All right, so I am gonna make you roll to see if you hit him.
Okay.
So give me 1d10 plus your range plus your level.
14.
All right, Bill, what's your swiftness plus level?
Is that 9?
All right, you hit him. And so
You get whapped in the face by a package of
You know what the
gushers.
funny thing is if that had been NK unconscious on the ground, you would have missed.
Yeah. And not being able to wake her up. Yeah.
Right. Well, you could have woken. Yeah, you could have woken her up if you were physically there and just shaking her. But like, it's for at range. Yeah. No, you. All right. So that takes the place of your action this round. But Bill, you regain consciousness, and when we get to you, you'll be able to do something. Yeah. All right. So that's gonna take us to the fodder guy, who's literally shot Raz multiple times at this point, and she's been fine. His Bible's been shot. He's just he looks around the back of this truck, and he just sits down on the ground, puts his gun down. It's just, man, no, none of this.
Yeah.
None of this. I'm done.
Poor guy does not get paid for this.
I am making 18 an hour for this.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Right. So now we're gonna get to Royce. Royce is gonna finish activating his ward. Bill and Raz, roll me a d10.
Dang it.
5.
8.
Bill, you're awake and Raz is unconscious.
Oh, that's what he did.
Because he got a 7 as his score. So, yeah. So, Raz, you're out on the ground. Bill, you're still up. Now the car battle between Walker and this fodder driver is going to continue.
Oh, jeez.
They both are going to hit each other.
Oh, what a twist.
And the fodder guy's going to take damage to his car. And Walker's fine. All right, so that's 2 out of that. All right. The truck driver is right now staring at Babbitt through the window. But he's still got to drive the truck. Like, there's not really a lot he can do. 1 second. So, Bill, you are standing. Bill, you are in the back of the semi. You are just woke up. Oh, yeah, and the guy who sat down on the ground, he passed out because he's no longer excluded from from Royce's thing. So, Bill, you are awake. Raz is in front. Raz is by the magical batteries and is unconscious on the ground. She just dropped. Royce is standing with his back to you, and yeah, you are standing right behind Royce. What are you doing, Bill?
Oh, so he's not even, like, aware of me? Or he's...
Well, he's aware of you, but he was reacting to Raz still. You know what I mean? Like, you're...
Gotcha.
He's standing... He's currently between you and Raz. And so he was facing Raz when he activated the ward. Like, he's still, like, ahead of you a bit. So, like, you can't, like, reach him out. Like, you'd have to move to him to grab him. But he's not facing you.
Okay. I'm gonna psychic flamethrower him from behind then.
Okay. And you're, so what's your range plus level? You said that was 8 before?
Yes.
Alright, you do 8 damage to him. He is getting pretty messed up. Let's do some math. 22 points of damage he's taken so far. Alright. You guys can each take 25. Royce is different, but yeah, okay.
In a row? I'm sorry.
Technically, yes. All right, so that was Bill. How is this guy still fine? Like, I feel like he shouldn't shoot at NK because he can't hit her no matter what he does, but I know that's what he wants to do. So I'm not going to roll, but he just shoots and misses. Because our characters are superhumans at this point. Babbitt, you are on the hood of the semi.
Yes. Yes, I am.
Rain is pouring down on you. as you were going down a winding coastal highway. What are you doing?
So Babbitt is gonna take a hold of the mirror, like, assembly on the side of the truck and swing around it to kick in the driver's side window.
Okay. You're doing this as a sweep move?
Sweet move.
And it's attacking the driver?
Yes.
Yeah, all right. So does everybody vote that works?
Yep.
I vote that it works.
All right. So I could make you roll, but I know what your level is. He's just dead.
Hey.
Yeah. He's just super dead. You are now, I guess, like, I'm trying to figure out the physics of what's going to happen to this guy's body. Because you came swinging around full force. Yeah, no, it's gross. You're currently kind of, because you came in this way, you're kind of on top of him. I'm not going to say you blew up his head or anything this time, but, like, you kill him. This is a lot of blunt force trauma coming straight at the head and neck area of a human body, glass shards. It's gross. But you still have a corpse sitting in the driver's seat that you're now on top of.
Sure,
so we'll get to handle that next turn. Oh my god.
I love that, like, Babbitt is in this separate Robert Rodriguez movie.
Okay. That brings us to Raz, you're asleep.
Yep.
That guy's asleep. That brings us to NK's just gonna shoot this guy who keeps shooting at her. He's dead. My God, that just is. He's shot at her so many times. At this point, he was asking for it. Royce is going to turn around to Bill, and then he's just gonna shake his head and snap his fingers, and he is going to heal himself. Which is, let me get up the healing spell rules. 1d6 plus caster level, so. And he rolls a 6 on that 1d6. So, yeah, he gets back a bunch of damage points. I gotta remember to spend down that sweet move point, though. Because Royce actually has, like, regular spellcaster abilities. I never have him use them because, you know, he's an obnoxious show-off and likes to use his tattoos. Alright, so Royce just healed himself dramatically. Walker's face-off with this other driver is just gonna keep going. And they're both gonna hit each other. And they're both going to do no damage to each other. There's just like a really boring like car battle happening back there. Juan is just going to emotionally deal with everything that Babbitt's been doing. Bill, you're awake. You are standing. Raz is unconscious. Royce is in front of you. He is now looking at you and just irritatingly healed a bunch of the wounds you gave him.
Seriously, dude.
Seriously,
All right.
dude.
All right. I've got like a packet of gum in my pocket. I'm gonna throw it at Raz
Okay.
in the hopes of waking her up.
All right, so roll me 1d10 plus your range plus your level.
Okay. 15.
What'd you say?
15.
All right. So Raz, what's your swiftness plus level?
8.
Okay, the packet of gum smacks you in the head, and Raz, you are awake again.
I take out some gum and have some gum.
All right,
Hey,
Babbitt.
what kind of gum is it, Bill?
It's that it's that icy stuff.
Oh
that
my
is, like,
God!
really
Nobody
bad.
cares.
It's
Nobody
good for,
cares
like,
about
when
the
you
gum.
wake up.
It's
Can't you
nice.
guys like stay
It's nice
down?
gum.
Can you get? How is it that only one of you keeps getting knocked out? All right,
Maybe
so
you're bad at
Babbitt.
magic,
Maybe you
dude.
suck.
All right, back to the very different movie happening. Babbitt, you are on top of a corpse in a speeding semi-truck that is pushing, and I'm going to point out the semi-truck is pushing an SUV that is being, like, that right now, Michelle and Juan are trying to, like, bump to keep it from, like, colliding into one of them or, like, going under the wheels of the semi and killing everybody in the back. What are you doing?
Babbitt's gonna get down onto the floor of the cab, move the guy's foot off the accelerator, and press down on the brakes.
So you're going to slam on the brakes?
I'm not gonna slam on the brakes. I'm just gonna bring the thing to a stop.
That's less fun for me. All right. And before anybody says we're not, and before anyone says something about engine braking and semis, please recall that Babbitt is a driver, so even if he's doing it wrong in the context of the film, he's doing it right.
Yep.
Because he has the skills to know what he's supposed to do with any vehicle.
And it's an action movie.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm going to let you do that without it being a sweet move, because, like, it's weird.
That's what I do.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. You start slowing so Raz and Bill, you guys notice that the vehicle is slowing down. Oh, roll me a D10, Babbitt.
10.
Roll again.
1.
All right. So what you were rolling for was we were figuring out the reaction of the trailing SUV in relation to the semi braking, because they were very close. The trail SUV at this point was pretty much tailgating the semi. How do I explain this? This isn't going to affect Babbitt, but because Babbitt was the one driving, it had to be Babbitt making the rolls. As the semi begins to slow down dramatically, and you guys feel the shift, the SUV trailing the semi didn't necessarily get the message. And we're going to make a roll right now. I'm going to make a roll right now to see what happens. You guys want this to be even? Unfortunately, it was odd. So, how much damage is this? And this damage? Okay, so it hasn't taken quite enough. All right, so the rear SUV, as the semi brakes, even though the semi's not like slamming on the brakes, the rear SUV was going high speed and close enough to the back of the semi that it hits the semi truck. Bill, you're closest to the doors. I want you to roll me a D10.
You got it. 2.
All right, so
That was a 2.
that was a 2.
That was not great.
So what happens is that the SUV that was trailing the semi slams into it. You lose your footing, and you fall out the back of the semi truck and onto the hood of the trail SUV of the SUV that was trailing. You are right now ass on the hood of the follow SUV. While yeah, that is what happened there. So that takes us to Raz's turn. Raz, Bill woke you up, and then Bill immediately got like the semi slowed down, and because y'all haven't been talking over comms, you have no idea what Babbitt's been doing out in front of this thing. And suddenly the semi slowed down, and the SUV behind it rear-ended the semi, and Bill has been knocked out of the semi and is on the hood of the trail SUV, and you are alone in the semi trailer with Royce, and Royce is facing away from you.
How far down the trailer is Royce?
Royce is so you're near the magical batteries. Royce is like, which is like really the point you're at the trailer is you're like halfway into the trailer. This is a lot of magical batteries.
Oh, okay.
And then so he's like a quarter of the way into the trailer from the back, and then Bill was right at the entrance, right?
Okay.
So if you came up with something creative, you could do something if your goal is to knock Royce out the back.
I could run up to him and do a King Leonidas kick to his back to try to
And I want to point
chuck
out
him out.
And I want to point out right now, the car you are driving alongside a curving highway that on one side of the road is a sheer cliff face into the Pacific Ocean.
Yes, so I could run up to him to try to kick him out of the trailer on that side.
Yeah.
I would like to do this.
All right, would you like to do that as a sweep move?
Yes.
All right, does everybody vote that it works?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. This is what happens. Raz. You run at him, you do a dramatic kick. He goes flying out the back of the trailer. He bounces off the roof of Turk Domino's car and then disappears over the edge of a cliff into the darkness and rain.
Double middle fingers.
Royce disappears into blackness. No body is found. No, because he's wearing a death proof sword, and we know that. It's tattooed on him. But he's definitely not a problem we're dealing with now. So that leaves...
And I can't do anything else.
Yeah, no, that was amazing. That leaves us with... so that's NK, it's Royce's turn. So there is still the driver of the SUV that Bill is currently sitting on the hood of. That is all who is left. Because the other guy who managed to live and like was giving up is asleep in the back of the trailer.
Yeah. Mr. Poopy Pants over there.
Yeah. And he's boxed in, so he's gonna try to hit Walker's car, I guess. And he rolls a 1, so he misses. Bill, you're on the hood of an SUV. You just saw Royce go flying out the back of the semi into the darkness. You are still... The semi is slowing down because you still haven't come to a complete stop yet, but the semi is starting to go to a crawl, and the SUV is blocked in. What are you doing?
I'm gonna try to get my gun out and just like point it at the driver to just be like, seriously, guy.
All right. And then, Babbitt, you're still stopping the truck?
Yep.
All right. Well, it's...
Babbitt's still stopping the truck.
Babbitt brings the truck to a stop. Oh yeah, that's the sleeping guy. That's why that guy isn't marked as dead. He's asleep. And the truck comes to a stop, and the guy who is behind the wheel of the SUV, like as all the vehicles kind of stop. Okay, actually, funny thing that happens. Babbitt, you left the lead SUV in drive, didn't you?
Yep.
So as you stop the SUV, Michelle swerves out of the way as the lead SUV that had apparently had cruise control on brakes forward and then goes off the cliff, crashing off into the ocean after a curve in the road. And yeah, you come to a stop on the road, and the semi is stopped in the middle of the night on this highway. Okay. Let's get NK climbs out of the back of the truck. You know, I thought like maybe someone would try to like unload the batteries while we were doing this, but this works. I mean, I guess it makes more sense to stop a vehicle before you steal stuff off it.
It's
I don't know. That
safer.
sounds dumb. This is dumb. We should have just grabbed it while the vehicle was moving. Could have been out of here or nothing.
You want to try lifting all these batteries? Go ahead. Have fun.
Sounds like a challenge. He gets out. Kirk gets out of the car. Starts climbing into the back of the semi. Takes out a flip knife and cuts the straps that have been holding the pallets of magical batteries down. What is his fitness, actually? That's a good question. Am I going to let him try this? His fitness is not bad. Let's, He is not successful in picking up the batteries. Just gotta get your back into it. He's like straining.
That does not look healthy, my dear.
Juan and Michelle both like walk into the back.
Turk, no.
And Juan shakes his head, grabs a hand truck that is attached behind the like you couldn't see it because the batteries were in front of it. Grabs a hand truck and just like loads a bunch of the individual battery things on, like because Turk was like trying to lift the whole pallet.
Of course he was.
He was trying to lift the whole pallet. And so Juan and Michelle take a couple of hand trucks that were hidden behind the batteries and just start hauling them into the back of the truck. And after the truck bed is filled, NK pops out and teleports them away and then comes back. And they just keep loading up the batteries into the rear of the pickup until they're done.
Job well. Jesus, Babbitt, what happened?
Yeah, like Babbitt is like covered in gore. Like, Babbitt, what are you doing?
Kind of just hanging out outside.
Yeah, Babbitt is just covered in gore and viscera.
Yeah.
What the hell happened?
There were some guys. I encountered some resistance.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine.
And
I got shot a little bit.
you let them hit you?
Barely.
Oh my God.
Meanwhile, there are two guys just standing here, like, in, like, the guy who was driving the SUV, who is still, and there's the other guy who's asleep still in the back of the truck as everyone's just unloading them. Yeah, so,
Get in the truck with MCP pants.
Dude, you smell that? That ain't pee.
Whatever. Get in there.
Not, dude, it smells, and also, like, I went to that guy's birthday party last week, and he's just dead there on the ground. Can I just go?
Can he go?
I mean,
I felt like the badass thing to do would be to lock him in the truck, but that seems kind of pointless now.
NK walks up to him rips the Stormwood logo off of his jacket. I don't care if he goes. On the other hand, I'm just going to do this. And she pulls out like a pad of paper, writes a sigil, presses it. He falls asleep on the ground.
Beautiful.
Good call.
Yeah, no, let them wake up in an hour. This SUV works fine. They can go drive home.
Yeah.
Works for me.
Okay. Looks like our work is done.
We should also probably get the hell out of here before like a highway patrol drives through, because this is a lot of corpses in the back of a semi that we're abandoning.
Yeah, especially Jesus. Babbitt, just stay hidden.
Babbitt just takes off his sweatshirt. And now he's fine and sexy in the rain.
Okay.
All
right, so
This is fine.
the batteries are back at the clubhouse.
Yep.
There's like another day of race riots.
We're doing it.
I was gonna ask, but I knew I didn't have to. Okay, let's head back.
Let's go racing. Freeze frame. Da 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 da. That ends that adventure. Stormwood & Associates is a production of Nerd and Tie. You can find more information at nerdandtie.com/Stormwood. You can also find us on social media at Nerd and Tie on Twitter, nerdandtie.tumblr.com, and facebook.com/nerdandtie. This podcast can be subscribed to on anywhere that major podcasts are found: iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, Podbean, and quite a few other places, and anywhere that takes an RSS feed as well. To be continued. Hey, while you're still here, let me tell you about another podcast on the Nerd and Tie Network. And that's Let's Be Legendary. Let's Be Legendary, the Fey Wild West, is a 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons actual play game. So, an actual play game like this one, but like, in a system people actually use in the real world. Set in a homebrew Wild West steampunk world, the Fey Wild West follows two people discovering what it means to be in a relationship, all the while seeking revenge and learning the truth of their pasts. Let's Be Legendary podcast is an LGBTQ+ podcast with both main and minor characters, as well as players falling under the queer blanket. A heavy RP game with a focus on story and characters. And you can hear it every week here on the Nerd and Tie Network, and you can find all of their subscription information and links at nerdandtie.com/legendary.